going on, Jerome? So slinging Sam Darnold, the former pride of USC, the number 3 overall pick in the 2018 draft to the Jets, like his career, as we've been over this offseason ad nauseum, no one told you life was going to be this way. Now, all the haters and the losers saying that, oh, Darnold is a bust. Oh, Darnold's garbaggio because it didn't work out with the garbage Jets or the even worse Panthers. And also getting mono all the time. It's not great, man. It's not great. It turned into a meme. The hair isn't red enough. Yeah. But also landing here in Minnesota, sort of an afterthought, being the bridge quarterback to J.J. McCarthy, not even the man. And then, of course, McCarthy has that season-ending injury, and then he rocks up, week 1 against the Giants, looking like Tom DeLonge from Blink-182. I haven't been this scared in a long time. Of course, Mekhi Blackmon, both pride of the USC alums. He walked in that MF with a jean jacket and Vans. How else did y'all think the day would go? Which is great. Darnold, Southern California surfer kid, wearing the Canadian tuxedo. Looks good, man. And also, speaking of looking good, he looked really damn good. Back at his old stomping grounds, stupid MetLife Stadium, and slinging Sam Darnold lived up to the name. And I swear to everything that's holy, we are going to make this stick. We are going to make this stick. Slinging Sam Darnold, America's quarterback. That's right, baby. And Darnold had himself a very efficient day, completing 19 and 24 passes, his first 12 in a row. Also 208 yards, 8.7 yards per attempt, which is good. 2 touchdowns. The interception wasn't his fault. Arm got contacted by Dexter Lawrence. Only took 1 sack. The interior offensive line improved markedly throughout the day, as well as posted a 113.2 quarterback rating. So overall, really silenced the haters and the losers. And here's the thing, too. Like, people will say, well, the Giants are garbaggio. Giants defense is pretty damn good, especially that defensive line. Frankly, it's one of the best in the National Football League. And Darnold had himself a day, man. He looked really comfortable out there. And 10 takeaways, pun intended. So number one thing that stood out, the arm strength, right? And this is not a secret. Sam Darnold is an arm strength merchant. And a lot has been made about J.J. McCarthy's arm, yes. But, Darnold can threaten every single blade of grass out there just like McCarthy. And it showed, him hitting the 15-yard outs, hitting the deep corners, having enough air under some of those deep shots they took. Plus, he was looking to take some big-time shots downfield. He wasn't just happy checking it down, although he would just take what was there. But his first read was always going downtown. Number 2, the accuracy. So the placement, never any hospital balls, and also is a spot where generally the ball was going to be safe, where either his guy would catch it or no one would, right? And also the trust with the receivers. So throwing to a spot. And it's notable that he and Josh Oliver worked out together in the offseason, and I don't think it's a coincidence that Oliver had that great opening catch, that post route where Darnold split the safeties, 22 yards, that really kicked things off. We're just like, all right, the offense is sort of floundering so far, and then Darnold hits that post. Ooh, let's go. Plus, Kevin O'Connell trusts him. Decisiveness, was never second guessing. He was never in jail. He was never in hell, and that's all they do. Is you see Daniel Jones. And he was definitely indecisive, checking. I was like, oh, this. And he was always like a half second slow in his processing. With Darnold, he trusted his reads. He went with them, got the ball out of his hands quick. And also, I think that definitely helped out the offensive line. Plus, Darnold is a running quarterback, but he does have enough mobility where he can functionally move around in the pocket, buy a little extra time, and keep his eyes downfield. Also, Kevin O'Connell trusts him. So, full playbook. There was never any dumbing down of things. Kevin O'Connell threw everything out there. And, by the way, Kevin O'Connell is on one, man. Just absolutely on one, calling plays. 6, making plays in flow, so throwing on the run, and like we said, that ties in with decisiveness as well, where when he moved out of the pocket, he was looking to throw, and he threw. In terms of timing, if his first read was there, it was there. Second read was there, it was there. That goes into 7. Got to second and third reads. pretty seamlessly too, where I mean, obviously the first read a lot of times was Justin freaking Jefferson, but you could tell, like, hey, JJ being bracketed, JJ being double and triple teamed, all of a sudden he's going to Addison. All of a sudden he went to Jalen Naylor for the touchdown. All of a sudden he's going elsewhere. So that does factor into things as well. But he is dialed in with Justin Jefferson. Now, didn't put up the insane Lulu video game numbers that we'd like to see, but that 44-yard corner route, beautiful, man. That was really gorgeous. Also, the wheel route with Jefferson, I like the placement of that. It ended up as a PBU, but frankly, it sounds weird to say, but Jefferson's got to come back and make a play on that ball for his quarterback, help him out. Also, so he's dialed in with Jefferson, but he didn't force it to Jefferson. So I actually like that Jefferson only had 5 targets today, 4 catches, 59 yards, and a touchdown, but he didn't just force it into the trees. Like, obviously the Giants were bracketing and doubling and tripling JJ all day long. Basically, just like anyone else but you will beat us. But Darnold could have just forced it into double, triple coverage. I don't think anyone would have blamed him, but he was just like, no, all right, Jets isn't open, going over here. Jets isn't open, going over there. And the touchdown, like, he got single coverage with Deonte Banks, and he's going to that all day long. But if they had doubled him, it wouldn't have gone that way. So I actually respect that Darnold wasn't forcing it to Jefferson, because you would think that, hey, if everything fails, Jets is down there somewhere. But obviously the numbers will come. But it's nice that Darnold just didn't force it. Lastly, the Vikings might have a quarterback, because I think this is certainly replicable. Because, like I said, even though blah, 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 it's the Giants. But, I mean, the Giants defense ain't bad. It certainly is not terrible, especially that D-line. But the tests are coming up. So you got the Niners and Texans, 2 very solid defenses, especially San Francisco. I love what D'Amico Ryans and Houston is doing, but they're both at home on the road against the Packers. That defense looks just as bad as Joe Barry's defense, but yeah. And then also you got the Jets, and that's going to be tough with our guy Rob Salah, Sauce Gardner and company. But that's at a neutral site. So 3 games against 3 tough defenses, 2 at home, 1 neutral site. The lone road game is against a defense that's ass. Thank you. So I think that Sam Darnold could stay hot. And given the parameters, like, as long as Sam Darnold just plays within himself, I think that he can replicate this success. And you could say, well, it's only 208 yards. Well, yes. Well, look at the game script and the game flow in that second half after the Vikings. You got that pick 6 from Van Ginkel. I mean, that was basically a wrap. Right, but Darnold did most of his damage in the second and third stanza, and I think that it certainly could be replicable, the rest of the way. Just as long as he understands, like he said in his press conference after the game, just as long as he doesn't make mistakes, I mean, that's going to be key. All right, and I think that he played a very clean and efficient game, and the numbers will come with Jefferson. Eventually, get Hockenson back. Eventually, Addison's ankle will be good to go. Aaron Jones out of the backfield is a godsend. So I think we might have something. I really, really think we might have something here, man, which is pretty damn good. But your thoughts are thoughts. Slinging Sam Darnold, 10 takeaways, pun intended, from his debut against the G-Men. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, comment section below. You guys know what to do. Skull production value.